Okay, so to get our median here, this is the formula to get the median, all right? Where you have your LM is the lower class boundary of the median class. You have your CFB, that's the cumulative frequency of the class before the median class. Then F of M, the frequency of the median class. Then C is the class width of the median class, and N is the total frequency. So we're going to look at how we're going to get this here. So using the same example, so now for your median class, you can see for the mean, you had to get x, then f of x. But for your median, you don't need to get x and f of x from our formula. Our median class, we need to know our f, which is very compulsory, okay? And also our cumulative frequency, which is CF. I just abbreviated this. This is cumulative frequency. Now, how do you get your cumulative frequency? I'm going to quickly tell you this here. So you do this, you're looking at your frequency here. The first value, you put the first value also on your cumulative frequency as what? 18. Okay, when you do that, then you say 30 plus 18, it gives you 48. Are you saying that? You write down 48, you go down and you say 35 plus 48, it gives you 83. You go again and you say 24 plus 83, it gives you 107. And then finally you do 13 plus 107, it gives you 120. All you have to notice when finding your cumulative frequency, the last value you have here should be equal to your total frequency. You can see this is equal. Okay, that tells you that you have done the right thing. Okay, now that is that. So now how do you get your class boundary? Because we also need to know this. All right, so to get your class boundary, you have to work with your class interval. First of all, you need to know the gap. To know the gap value, okay, you check for the first class interval. All right, the upper, this in class interval, this is the upper, this is the lower class interval, this is the upper class interval. So you use the upper class interval of the first class interval and you subtract it from the second class intervals lower class limit, okay. So that would be 19 minus 18, that would give us a 1. Then you divide that 1 by 2 and that will give us what? 0.5. So we're going to use this 0.5. Okay, now to get our class boundaries, to use this 0.5 to get each of our class boundaries, we do what? We do 16 for the first class boundary. We do 16. For the lower class limit, we do 16 minus 0.5, and that will give us 15.5. Then for the upper class limit, we do what? 18 plus 0.5, and that will give us what? 18.5. So that's what you do throughout to get your class boundary for each of the class interval. You can see here, for this second class interval, we do 19 minus 0.5. It gives us 18.5. Here we do 21 plus 0.5, it gives us what? 21.5. So first of all, you find your gap. When you find your gap, it is you say 19 minus 18, which will give you 1, divide by 2. This is your gap value. Then your gap value, you add it, you subtract it from you subtract 0.5 from the lower class limit and also add 0.5 to the what? Upper class limit, and that's how you get this. You can see here, when you subtract 0.5, you get 21.5. You add 0.5, you get what? 24.5. And so on to the last one. Here, minus 0.5, you get this, plus you get this. Okay, so that's how you get, you have to have this table. All right, so it's easy for you to quickly plug in your values. Now, coming to plug in our values to get our median. Now here we have, what is our lower, to get, first of all, this LM is lower class boundary of the median class. To get our median class, we have to find N divided by 2. Okay, where N is the total frequency divided by 2. And what's the total frequency here is what? 120 divided by 2. So we get what? 60. So 60 is our median class. So we now go, okay, to get, this is the median class. All right. So we now go to our cumulative frequency table. okay, not the frequency, not the frequency, to the cumulative frequency table that we have done. We find where 60 will fit in. 60 will fit in here, right? This is 48, 60 is greater than 48, so 60 would be here. All right, so our class interval for our median class, this is our median class, okay? Our class interval for our median class is what? 24 to 22 to what? 24. This is our median class interval. So from here, we can now start getting our values easily. So here it says where LM is the lower class boundary of the median class. So this is our median class, right? We're looking at this. And what's the lower class boundary of the median class is what? 21.5. So LM is 21.5. This is the lower class boundary. This is the upper class boundary, okay? Then our cumulative frequency of the class before the median class. Now this is the median class. So the cumulative frequency of the class before the median class is what? 48. Can you see this? Cumulative frequency of the class before the median class. This is our median class, so it is 48. So our value for this is what? 48. Then FM is the frequency of the median class. What's the frequency of the median class? Is what? 35. So equal to what? 35. Then our class width, get our class width of the median class. You look at the median class, you look at the class boundary. It is what? 24, the upper class boundary minus the lower class boundary. So we have here 24.5 minus 21.5. And what would that give us? That would give us a 3. So that's our class width. And our total frequency we've gotten from here as what? 120. So we have all our values now. So let us plug everything in. Okay, so here we have LM. What is LM? 21.5 plus in parentheses n over 2. That's 120 over 2 minus CB is 48 divided by FM is what? 35. And C out here is what? 3. So here, let me quickly take this here. So we have here 21.5 plus, this is 60 minus 48 over 35, then 3. Okay, so this will give us 21.5 plus, once we punch in our calculator here, everything here, this minus this is 12. 12 divided by 35 times 3 would give us like a 1.0285. And when we add this together, we're going to have a 22.2, two significant figures. When working in statistics, always do two significant figures, okay? So we have, that's two decimal places, I mean. So we have 22.52 years. So this is our median.